Have you ever been haunted by someone who just won't leave your thoughts? No matter how much time passes, no matter how many new people you meet or experiences you have, they're always there, lingering in the back of your mind like a melody you can't shake. You try to push them away, but they keep resurfacing in your quiet moments, your dreams, your memories. Why does this happen? Is it just nostalgia playing tricks on you? Or is there something deeper, something unseen at work? Welcome to Unveil the Unseen, where we explore the hidden forces that shape our thoughts, emotions, and lives. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and mysterious questions of the human experience. Why can't you stop thinking about that one person? And trust me, by the end of this exploration, you'll see this phenomenon in a whole new light. This isn't just a fleeting curiosity, it's a journey into the depths of the human mind, blending psychology, neuroscience, and personal introspection. Whether it's an old flame, a lost friend, or even someone you barely knew, the reasons they occupy your thoughts are far more profound than you might realize. Before we dive in, let's set the stage. This isn't just about understanding why you can't forget someone. It's about uncovering what your mind is trying to tell you. It's about growth, healing, and ultimately reclaiming control over your thoughts and emotions. So, grab a notebook, settle in, and let's begin. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of all time, believed that recurring thoughts about someone aren't random. They're messages from your unconscious mind, urging you to pay attention to something unresolved. Think of it like this. Your mind isn't a computer that deletes old files. Instead, it holds on to emotions, memories, and connections that still carry meaning, even if you don't consciously realize it. The unconscious mind is like the iceberg beneath the surface of the ocean. What we see, our conscious thoughts and actions, is just the tip. Beneath lies a vast hidden world of memories, emotions, and instincts that shape our behavior in ways we don't always understand. When someone lingers in your thoughts, it's often because your unconscious is holding on to something about them, an emotion, a lesson, or a connection that hasn't been fully processed. This isn't a flaw in your mind. It's a feature. Your unconscious is trying to tell you something, and until you listen, it will keep bringing that person to the forefront of your thoughts. Jung introduced the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experiences, emotions, and symbols that transcend individual lives. Some people enter our lives and imprint themselves onto this deeper part of us. Their presence in our thoughts is more than just a memory, it's a message. For example, if you can't stop thinking about an old friend, it might be because they represent a part of your life that's still unresolved, a time of growth, a lesson learned, or even a regret. The unconscious doesn't care about time, it cares about meaning. And until you uncover what that person means to you, they'll keep reappearing in your thoughts. Think about a song that instantly transports you to a specific moment, person, or feeling. That's because our minds store experiences in emotional clusters. A single trigger, a scent, a word, a familiar place can bring everything rushing back. Our brains are wired to associate people with emotions. When you meet someone who evokes strong feelings, whether it's love, admiration, anger, or regret, your brain creates a neural pathway linking that person to those emotions. These pathways don't just disappear when the relationship ends. Instead, they remain active, waiting to be triggered by something in your environment. This is why certain people stay in your thoughts. The emotional thread connecting you to them was never fully severed. Your unconscious mind doesn't operate on time. It doesn't care if it's been months or years. If something was left unresolved, it remains active beneath the surface, quietly influencing your thoughts, emotions, and even behaviors. Unfinished business is one of the most common reasons people linger in our thoughts. This could be anything from unspoken words to unresolved conflicts or unfulfilled desires. For example, if you never got closure after a breakup, your mind might keep replaying the relationship, trying to make sense of what happened. The key to moving forward isn't to force yourself to forget, it's to address the unfinished business. This might mean having a difficult conversation, forgiving someone or yourself, or simply acknowledging what happened and letting it go. The unconscious mind speaks in symbols. Certain individuals can represent lessons, desires, wounds, or even unfulfilled parts of your own identity. Jung believed that the psyche holds onto these figures because they're tied to our personal growth. Until we understand their role in our unconscious, they'll continue to resurface. Have you ever felt an overwhelming attraction or inexplicable resentment towards someone? Maybe you idealized them, only to feel disappointed when they turned out to be flawed. Or maybe someone triggered emotions in you that seemed out of proportion to the situation. Jung's theory of projection suggests that these intense reactions often have little to do with the other person and everything to do with you. The qualities you admire or despise may actually be aspects of yourself that you either yearn to develop or refuse to acknowledge. For example, if you can't stop thinking about someone who's confident and charismatic, it may be because you wish to cultivate those traits within yourself. On the flip side, if you feel an irrational dislike for someone, it may be because they reflect a part of you that you struggle to accept. Jung called this the shadow self, the hidden parts of our personality that we suppress due to societal conditioning or personal fear. When we encounter someone who strongly occupies our thoughts, they may be activating a part of our shadow that we have yet to integrate. The shadow self is made up of the traits, desires, and emotions that we reject or deny. These might include anger, jealousy, vulnerability, or even ambition. The more we suppress these aspects of ourselves, the more power they hold over us, and the more we project them onto others. For example, if you constantly think about someone who's confident and outgoing, it may be because you wish to embrace those qualities within yourself. Conversely, if you feel an irrational dislike for someone, it may be because they reflect a part of your shadow that you're not ready to face. Beyond psychology, neuroscience offers another layer of explanation. Our brain creates neural pathways that associate people with feelings of safety, love, or even pain. These pathways don't just disappear when a relationship ends. Instead, they remain active, lighting up when triggered by a scent, a song, or a fleeting memory. When you form a strong emotional connection with someone, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin, which reinforce the bond. Over time, these chemicals create neural pathways that link the person to positive or negative emotions. Even after the relationship ends, these pathways remain. That's why a simple trigger, like hearing a song you both loved, can bring back a flood of memories and emotions. Letting go isn't about forcing yourself to forget. It's about integration. It's about allowing yourself to fully feel, process, and accept what was, so it no longer controls you from the shadows. When you do this, your mind no longer needs to obsess because the lesson has been absorbed. Steps to integration 1. Acknowledge the emotion. Don't push it away. Sit with it and understand what it's trying to tell you. 2. Reflect on the relationship. What did this person teach you? What unresolved emotions are still lingering? 3. Take action. If possible, address the unfinished business. This might mean having a conversation, writing a letter, or simply forgiving yourself. 4. Release the attachment. Once you've processed the emotion, consciously decide to let it go. When you start to understand these deeper layers of the mind, you regain control. You decide which thoughts deserve your energy and which ones no longer serve you. You shift from being haunted by memories to being empowered by wisdom. If this exploration resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Let's continue this journey together. There's so much more to uncover. And remember, the next time you find yourself thinking about that one person, don't push it away. Instead, ask yourself, what is my unconscious mind trying to tell me? The answers might just change your life.